a podcast to honor the gods.
This better come with a sacrifice.
Dave X Media.
I fished out my key and unlocked the door. The living room was dark and empty. The stairwell light was off, which Gran would never allow. She was mortally afraid of falling downstairs. Even Gramps' television was switched off, which wasn't right. Gramps always kept the rugby matches on, even if he wasn't watching. I sniffed the air. 6 p.m. London time, yet no smell of burning biscuits from the kitchen. Gran should have burned at least one tray of biscuits for tea time. It was a tradition. I got out my phone to call Liz and Emma, but the phone was dead. I knew I'd charged the battery. My mind was just beginning to process a thought. I am in danger. When the front door slammed shut behind me, I spun, grabbing for my wand, which I didn't have. Above me, at the top of the dark stairwell, a voice that was definitely not human hissed, "Welcome home, Sadie Kane."
Welcome to Of the Oldest Gods, where we discuss Rick Riordan's role as our godly parents.
Hey, I'm Raye, following the path of Gab.
And I'm Charlie, following the path of Bast. We're here today, and apparently it's the end of the world. And it's also Sadie's birthday. I have so many thoughts. Listen.
Ooh.
I have so many things to say about this chapter, even though this was just like a talking chapter. There was a lot that was talked about and mentioned that I'm like, yay! I finally get to say that thing that I've been holding on to. We're getting to some of the good shit, okay?
Good, I'm excited.
There.
Well, should we just hop into it? The birthday invitation to Armageddon?
Yeah, okay. 1, is this correct? 2, would you accept this invitation?
No, this is not correct. It doesn't mean anything in regards to the chapter.
There in fact, was not an invitation, but there was a birthday and there was Armageddon. So,
the two things were not related whatsoever.
I feel like I take a holiday before Armageddon could have worked.
Yeah, totally.
Instead. I know he wanted to put the birthday in. I get it. But I don't know if the way he did it works for me. But you know what? I think I would accept going to London for a few hours before the world is gonna end. One last hurrah with my mates, as Sadie says. Want to see them before we all die.
We'll have to talk about the actual timeline later, because I'm not actually sure how long she was gonna be over there and stuff.
It's all very questionable.
Yeah,
but Rick loves a deadline, so
yes, very much so. Okay, so the things that occur. Number 1, Sadie, she drops her magic bag off in the duat, which I'm sure will have 0 consequences whatsoever. Then everybody has a meeting about the apocalypse over breakfast. That would be a good chapter title. We chat about the apocalypse over breakfast,
Also good.
But I feel like maybe we had something like that in the first book.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that definitely sounds like something we had last book, maybe?
Which is hilarious,
actually.
actually.
With the crocodile.
Yeah.
Had breakfast with the crocodile.
Why are we always having such important talks over breakfast?
That's just the time to have it, because dreams... Sorry.
True.
I'm interrupting you now.
No, that's good. That's fine. It finally gets explained that the plan is to wake up Ra before Apophos can eat the sun or whatever. Amos is hoping that they can manage all that before Vlad and Michelle get a chance to be a big problem. Sadie refuses to go on a quest for the Ra scrolls without a day off for her birthday. Carter is pissed about it. But regardless, Sadie heads off to London, but when she gets to her grandparents' place, her grandparents are not there doing their grandparent things. You could even say that it is 100% definitely a trap. And yeah, that's all that I have. Like you said, it's a convo chapter, not a lot of plot meat. A lot of foreshadowing, plot is getting set up and happening here.
So I just want to say, when I say that Sadie deserves this day before the apocalypse to do things, that's plot wise, No. Like, if this were happening in the real world, yes, you absolutely do need that, I think. But, like, for the plot, I feel like, bad idea. Rick, that is a side quest. We don't need it unless it somehow becomes relevant to the major story, and we'll talk more about that as we venture with Sadie in later chapters to
Interesting. You've made me worried.
Yeah. I mean, maybe like rereading it like more closely, I'll have a better thought about it, but like rereading it lately, I was just like,
what are we doing?
I feel like this wasn't actually necessary. Even though I do actually love those chapters too. Like those are some of the chapters that really stuck with me from this book. And maybe it's because I was just really engrossed in some of the like descriptions and stuff while I was reading it for the first time. I just have distinct memories of reading the London chapters. But yeah. Hey, Raye, guess what?
What?
I found a thing for us to talk about.
Yay!
Cause I was like, oh my god, wait, does this count? Can this work for me? It can. So, in case you missed it, we're gonna talk about the equinox a little bit. Specifically, we're gonna talk about the March one, because that's the one that, is involved in this chapter.
Right, the spring equinox.
Yeah, I'm gonna ignore all of the sciencey shit.
Okay, so I guess they call it the March equinox because, it's not spring in the southern hemisphere.
Yeah, I'm gonna go right down to, like, the culture stuff instead, because, like, all of that is, like, blah, 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 blah. That is science shit. I am not good at science. If you've listened to my other podcast, The Bits, where we do Steven Universe stuff, I tried to do something similar to this segment, but about the gems and the rocks. And I tried talking about the science stuff, even though I don't understand it. And I felt so bad that I was just like, I can't do this anymore, Robert.
Oh no.
I really just, I mostly wanted to talk about the cultural stuff, but sometimes there wasn't enough of that either. Anyway, I did a quick peruse of this before now, and there's not a whole lot about Egypt specifically in the culture section. There's like one line that there's a modern celebration that is claimed to have been celebrated in ancient Egypt. There's not a lot of evidence for it, but it's celebrated now. It's a public holiday. Can I pronounce this? Sham El Nassim or Sham En Nassim. That's what they do for the equinox, because they do like, hey, it's the beginning of spring festival and such. But yeah. Oh, I like that. Sorry, I went to that page for like a quick second to see if there's anything. It's an Arabic name that apparently translates to smelling / taking in the zephyrs. So kind of your basic like spring festival there. Okay, so there's like a lot of these different equinox things all over the world. Like, seriously, man. I love the oldest one. We got Babylon. Love it. Beautiful. Yeah. It is literally about Inanna / Ishtar coming out of the underworld with her boyfriend Tammuz / Dumuzi. So it's kind of Persephone and Hades / Adonis. It's weird. I can't get into it. Tammuz is technically Adonis. I can't get into it. Watch OSP. That's all I can say. Just watch Overly Sarcastic and they will explain things better than I can. This is where I get my information from.
Nice.
All right, the Persian calendar starts on the March equinox. There's like a few calendars that like kind of start near there.
Kind of makes sense.
Yeah. The Indian national calendar starts the year on the day next to it, apparently. Oh god, the Julian calendar. What's happening here? I mean, isn't that technically what we run off of, is like Julian, but like not, right?
Yeah, added some extra months.
Yeah.
I hate that. Did you know that I hate that the months are numbered wrong? I hate that October is the 10th month. It pisses me off.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah. Sometimes I like to just forget these things, okay? Listen, I was born in the month named after Augustus,
So it's your fault then?
It's definitely partially my fault, because that's one of the added ones, I'm pretty sure. So, we got a little thing about Passover, how it falls on the first full moon after the March equinox. Although sometimes it occurs in the second full moon. There's a citation needed there, but still. The Christians also do, like, the first Sunday after the first full moon is when they do Easter. Or
I've never known
March
how that was
equinox,
decided.
apparently.
I'm just like, why do these holidays move?
I knew those holidays always moved because it was the moon for some reason, and I was just like, why? Like, why do we have to run it off of the moon? Guys, that's not how things work.
Apparently it is.
Apparently it is, just for them. Oh, I love that! The Iranians have New Year's around the equinox. There's their New Year's festival is called Nowruz. You know, I should stop saying things. I should stop speaking words that are not in English because I can't say them correctly. I tried. Oh, Mother's Day is on the March equinox. In some Arab countries. I hate that so many of these have citation.
Yeah, where are we getting this info, guys? You have to share.
Okay, some of these things were, I guess, added March 2019, so, like, why hasn't somebody checked this yet? It's been 6 years. Oh, that's very cool. The East Asian calendars divide the year into, like, 24 things instead of 12, which makes sense because of, like, the hours of the day, I feel like.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I like that. Oh, Japan just has official national holiday. They have it off.
Oh, hell yeah.
Visit family graves and hold family reunions on that day.
That's
Can
lovely.
we do shit like this? This is, like, cool. Why are we so boring? I guess there's an ancient Roman festival on this day called Hilaria, commemorating the death and resurrection of Attis. I don't know who the fuck this is. I've never heard this name in my life. And there's some Norse paganism stuff. It says Disablot. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly either. But that's celebrated on the same day. And it's honoring the female spirits. I think those are the earth spirits, if I'm remembering correctly. Which would make sense because it's springtime. Right? Yeah. I wanted to actually, like, specifically highlight one of the neo-pagan holidays, which is sometimes called Ostara, that is celebrated on the March equinox. They have like 4 celebrations on, like, the 2 equinoxes and the 2 solstices. And so, like, their description of this, especially to me, explains, like, the rawness of it all, you know? Like what we're talking about in this chapter and, like, the dark and the light and everything. So it's like this holiday celebrates the light and the dark in balance with the light on the rise because, you know, right, the next holiday would be like the summer solstice where it's the most light of the day. And so this is a time of new beginnings and life emerging from the grips of winter and everything. And I'm just like, I don't know if that's how all of these, like, different equinox holidays celebrate it. Like, some of them are New Year's, which to me also says, like, a new beginning kind of thing. And,
totally
like,
makes sense.
There's, like, the Inanna thing coming out of the underworld, where I'm just like, there's that general feeling of, like, the light from the darkness going on in this one, even though, like, it's the equal. They're on equal footing, but it's still the light coming onto that equal footing with the dark.
Right. So maybe that's why Apophos needs to act on that day, because there is equality, but it's maybe the last day that he'll have so much power, you know, before the sun starts to take over.
And to be fair, this is all, like, northern hemisphere.
Yes.
Like, things about it, I don't even, like, see anything here about, like, I don't see a whole lot here about, like, the southern hemisphere and how they would celebrate the March equinox specifically.
Right.
I don't know if, like, those things are swapped.
Because that's gonna be the fall equinox in the southern hemisphere.
Yeah, I don't know if, like, the symbolism for these things is the opposite, like, actually, based on the hemisphere, but based on this book series, we're in the US, we're in Egypt, it's all gonna be northern hemisphere kind of stuff. So the new beginnings stuff makes sense. And there's, like, a part in the chapter where they're like, oh yeah, like, technically we could do this on the other equinox. And my brain is just like, I think that only works if you guys are in the southern hemisphere. Because if you're in the north, the darkness is, like, getting stronger, actually. You don't want that. So just some of my interpretations of that. Thank you very much.
Excellent.
Let's talk about this chapter.
Let's do it.
All right, so Sadie explained everything to Amos, as, you know, we had that. He came into her room and woke her up, and she's like, fuck. I had a nightmare.
But the
And
nightmare
like,
was
okay.
real. Yeah.
Yeah. So, as we already said, we're gonna have our talk at breakfast, because breakfast is when we have to talk about all of the nightmares that are telling us to go this way versus that way and what's coming out to get us. So everything happens at breakfast time.
Of course. So Sadie is wearing her casual Friday clothes because it is her birthday.
Yeah, she's like, usually I would teach, I have to wear my proper magician clothing. But today I was like, leather. Leather is the answer here today.
Sadie should get a motorcycle.
Correct. Bringing it right back to what
we were talking about motorcycles before we started the episode, guys.
I do envision Sadie as like a skateboarder.
Oh,
actually.
very true. Yeah.
But like she could like level up to a motorcycle eventually.
Definitely.
She's a bit young right now. So she puts everything in her bag, including the mini Carter, and she's like, you know what? Since I'm being optimistic with my clothing, if I do end up going to London today, I am not carrying this around.
So this strikes me as quite the Chekhov's gun that has just been set up.
Right?
Yeah, like, we established that she's going to need this item, the healing statue for Carter specifically, for when he's dying or whatever, within the next few days. She just put it in the duat and has said that she is bad at pulling things out of the duat. It might take her like 5 to 10 minutes. Girl, this is such a bad idea. Put that thing specifically in your pocket. The rest of it can go.
To be fair, I think she also just should have kept like a wand or something small in her pocket. Because, like, she put her whole magician's thing in there.
Yes.
And she's not going to have access to any of it if something bad happens, which, you know, look at the end of the chapter.
Yeah.
But, you know, you might want that stuff in a pinch. Just thoughts, you know. Maybe what she really needs is to just, like, dress this, like, magician's bag up to make it her, like, you know, going out bag.
Yeah.
Instead of just, like, oh, this is my work bag. I don't want to carry it around with me. I always carry a backpack everywhere, okay? Usually it's because I'm like, what if I get stuck somewhere and I need a phone charger and a battery? I don't have enough space in my pockets for that. So I'm just gonna carry around a backpack.
I always have like a tote bag. That's my vibe.
You know, after gender things happened, my brain was just like, has to be a backpack because purses can't do. Can't do shoulder bag, purses, things like that. Fucking sucks, actually.
Yeah. You just need them big pocket pants.
I do like the bag that they have for their magician stuff. I imagine to be like, you know, like a leather satchel or something. That I vibe with. I would be fine with that, you know?
See, I was imagining like a carpet bag, like Mary Poppins carries around, but like not like carpet, like linen or whatever, but like the small handles. Maybe.
I was picturing because like they have pictures of it on like, you know, on the books and in the official art of like the dad's work bag kind of thing, and it's always like a leather satchel. So that's what my brain is just like, oh, all of the magician's bags obviously look like that, right?
But it couldn't be leather because it interrupts magic. Well,
that's why that the bag itself holds the items. Maybe? I don't know, man. Just thoughts that I have. But yeah.
So we get introduced to how things have changed now that we have some more people, and who a few of these more people are. We have Felix. He's the baby boy. He's like 9 or some shit, and he loves penguins.
Guess who my favorite character is?
Amazing.
I love Felix. He's just, I mean, listen. I also just personally have like a love for small child's companions. In like any media, honestly. I'm always just like, yeah, like I like Scrappy, I like Sailor Minimoon. What's wrong with these characters? Guys, they're little guys. Leave them alone. Felix doesn't quite get to that, but he's still great. And I think Rick specifically made him to be lovable. Anyway,
yeah,
he likes penguins. I don't know what that has to do with Egypt, but penguins, okay? It's all that matters. They also got some Sorcerer's Apprentice shit happening because they got mops and brooms cleaning up.
As you do, of course.
As one does. Philip is here. He's eating bacon, as he should.
Love that for him. He deserves it.
Our adult supervision is you know, traumatized uncle and cat goddess.
And they don't seem very happy.
No. Jazz is still not here.
Carter's not eating. He is also upset.
Not surprised. Listen, they always gotta have some bad dreams before shit's gonna go down.
We do establish that some of these students that they have are college-aged, like significantly older than Sadie and Carter, which is weird for her.
Yeah. I'm assuming the ones that are listed, they don't technically say, but I'm assuming the ones that are listed are the ones between 10 and 15.
Yes.
But the college age ones, I want to hear more about them.
Me too.
I want to know at least one of them and know their story just a little bit.
Yeah, if Rick doesn't establish all of these characters, we can make a couple of them into our OCs and then we can also be there.
Bro, what we do is we decide who those characters are and we make them for our RPG.
Yeah.
I keep having that in the back of my brain lately, is the potential Egyptian magic tabletop game.
Yes.
I think we need to start meeting about that. Because I think once we finish this book, we'll be able to do some more stuff on it.
Yeah, we'll have some more of the general structure worked out for how this magic system works.
So we already mentioned Felix. We have Julian from Boston, Alyssa from Carolina, Sean from Dublin, and Cleo from Rio de Janeiro.
Rick, you don't get to make fun of how you made her name rhyme and be like, don't talk to me about it. That's just her name. You made up that name, Rick. I know you did.
Rick was just like, hey, I need to name somebody after Cleopatra, because, of course. And then he's like, wait, what if it's also somebody from a different part of the world, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's Brazil. There's a big amount of Percy Jackson fans in Brazil, I believe. I think I'm remembering that correctly. I see a few different pages online that are, Percy Jackson fan pages, and there's a few of them from South America. Mm-hmm. So all of these kids have the blood of the pharaohs. It's our thing. I don't know if we find out who all these kids are descended from, but I feel like that could be fun. Right? I don't know.
I mean, presumably, the pharaoh's line should all be the same family line, and so then they would all basically be descended from the same.
That, but
right.
There's always different houses,
and
such for these things, and I don't know where my brain was going. Khufu, most importantly, he has discovered Jell-O. I'm so happy for him.
Khufu now cooks like a housewife from the 50s.
I love this boy.
He's in his Jell-O era.
I wonder, God, I mean, he's a monkey, but he's also magical, right? We've established that he's not normal. My brain went to Jell-O shots. Khufu and the college age magicians.
Oh my god. Yeah, hell yeah.
They take some Jell-O shots. He teaches them some basketball. It goes great, obviously.
They deserve to party. That would slap.
I love Sadie just being like, everybody's looking at me. It's a lovely day today. There's a penguin in the fireplace.
If anyone's interested.
And Amos is just like, okay, let's get down to business. We gotta defeat the snake.
So Sadie tells them all that, the house is gonna come for them. And Felix, 9 years old, is like, we're all gonna die then? And Amos is like,
Amos.
No. I'm an adult. I will defend you, you silly children.
And there's a goddess here. Gestures to Bast, who is trying to open her fancy feast. This feels like a sitcom moment right here.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it, guys. We have a major goddess right next to us. Bast.
Yeah, you just
can
cut
you
to
get
her.
This open? As you struggle. My brain's going to pill bottles and how they're child locked or child proofed. And she's just like, this is cat proofed. I can't get into it. Yeah, and Amos is like, hey, I've also fought Michelle. Don't worry. I got your back, guys. Carter and Sadie, they're pretty powerful,
Yeah, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Also, they might not even attack us. And they're like, you sure about that? And he's like, so this doesn't seem like Michelle's vibe. So that's weird, but I bet we can get him on side if we prove that our plan is good.
Yeah, the fact that Amos is just like, yeah, I know this guy, and I feel like that's not how he would do things.
And he's right. We saw that. I don't know how much Sadie explained about Vlad, or how much she noticed, but I noticed that he was fucking up our guy.
I'm sorry, my brain just went to a weird place, and it was just like, I wonder why Amos knows so much about Michelle. And yeah, exactly. Your brain did
Toxic
it too.
Old man Yowie?
Yes! Correct! They're exes.
Yeah.
I think
Hell
they're exes. Listen, we have no idea either of these men, like, there's no women mentioned. There's no men mentioned. So I think we can play in this space as much as we want.
Yeah,
personally.
I'm accepting this headcanon.
Yeah, there we go. I'm glad. And hey, Walt speaks up. He just, like, he raises a finger. Everybody's just like, oh, Walt's about to speak. Be quiet.
Everybody quiet down. Yeah.
I love that for him. He commands attention, and he's like, hey, Michelle's gonna be very well prepared. We're not experienced. We are just a gaggle of teens. So we have 4 days to do this. And this is where we get the explanation of like, wait, 4 days to what? Why 4 days? What's going on here? So I'm pretty sure I already spoiled this for you in like chapter 1. But I thought they explained it then, and I was being very silly. So I might end up taking that away when I edit the episode. But so our listeners don't have to get spoiled. But they're gonna awake Ra. Yeah?
Yeah, that'll be great.
I thought that was kind of obvious from we're getting the Book of Ra, right? Because last time, what did they get? Like the Book of Defeating Set or something?
Right. So the Book of Ra could be anything. It could be harnessing Ra's power. It could be, it could be bringing Ra back, or it could be, forging a connection to Ra.
Yeah. Also, Sadie notes Carter's fashion has changed recently.
He's no longer a proper little man.
Yeah, he wears like hoodies sometimes. It's kind of cool. And his hair is like a mess now.
Which is much better. And I agree. Boys should grow their hair out.
Long-haired guys, very hot. Listen, the hair is usually the first thing I notice about a person. And it is absolutely what attracts me to them.
Yeah, totally.
So if you don't have good hair, there's a chance that I'm just like looking over you. So Carter's just like, okay, I gotta tell you all the story of Ra, and Sadie's like, please, can we not? We're not right now. We don't have time. So Ra, he fought Apophis. He's super cool. He's like one of the most important gods ever. But he, left.
He went
for reasons.
senile.
Okay, the way that they talk about all of this, I'm just like, we're really avoiding saying it was ISIS's fault. We're really avoiding it right now. Because it was. It's kind of all her. It's not necessarily that he went senile or anything. I mean, maybe that's Rick's interpretation of it specifically, but ISIS forced him to retreat to the heavens so that Osiris could take over.
Right. The way that they say it here, just like really quickly, it sounds like he like retired.
Yeah, it was a forced retirement, guys. Absolutely. I don't think Ra wanted to leave, and he definitely didn't want to leave Osiris in charge.
But so Sadie's like, I thought that was a good point when they brought the plan up to me, which was that, I don't know if I trust this old man to be in charge of what the fuck ever.
Yeah, Walt's like, he's retired because he was senile, really senile. So we don't want a guy who can't even remember he's a god or his own name or any of that ruling everybody, do we? He retired for a reason.
Retired, quote unquote.
And then, okay, I love this little thing that Bast mentions. Ra is the god of the sun. In olden times, he aged as the day aged, then sailed through the Duat on his boat each night, and was reborn with the sunrise each morning. I like this interpretation. The way that I imagine like this going, just based off of how Bast says it, isn't that like he like ages every day necessarily. It's more that like he like becomes a baby in the morning and like goes through like all the phases of life throughout the day, and then he's dead, and then he becomes a baby again, like she literally says reborn and everything. He aged as the day aged.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's some Rudolph Shiny New Year shit going on. Although with that, they were like, well, the new year, or the old year, is an old dude. We're not going to mention that he probably dies after this. The new year is a new baby. It's a different guy entirely. My brain's putting those as being the same guy. He just becomes a baby again. And I think that's interesting. I think that could be a fun interpretation of it.
It could be like Father Christmas in fucking Christmas Carol, where
again he dies.
He does die. So, but I was more saying, like, he wouldn't have to be like a baby. He could just be in the prime of his life and then get old and then restart.
I think it would be funnier if he was a baby. Personally. Okay?
Yes. I see that.
Listen, my brain is putting together Rudolph Shiny New Year and Clockworth from Danny Phantom as like the whole you know, like age, time, whatever, man. I can be whatever I want. But like Ra does it based off of the time of day and everything. That's just how I would do it.
Yeah.
That's just a me thing. I've heard other interpretations of this as like all the other gods in ancient Egypt are like immortal and ageless, and Ra's the only one who does age specifically, which could lend to the interpretation that he's senile, but also I think it was Isis. Not to be like, I blame the woman. But also, there's literally a story about it. It's literally factual.
In the text, they blamed the woman. It's not your fault.
It's not my fault. They literally do it. If you don't already listen to our friend's podcast, Muses of Mythology, I highly recommend it because recently they did an episode, oh god, I don't even remember what the topic was necessarily about, but we had a fun conversation with it in their Discord afterwards where Darian was kind of talking about the role of like the men and the women in ancient Egypt and everything, and how women got their title and their status from the closest man to them, either their husband or their child. And Darian didn't say anything in the episode, but my response to that was immediately like, oh, that makes so much sense with like how Isis works, because that's why she's clawing for power for her husband and then her son, is because that's how she can also get that sense of
that raises
power.
Her status. Yeah.
It raises her own status. Anyway, Isis is such an interesting goddess. That's all I got. So, Ra, he used to make his nightly journey all the time, but now the cycle is broken. We don't know what happened to him. Maybe he's asleep. Maybe he's just chilling in the Duat.
Right. So, they have assumed that the way that this works is that he has faded into a permanent twilight. I love that wording. So yeah, he's not being reborn. He's just, you know, old forever now. Unless we can start the cycle back up again, rebirth him, and then we could have young Ra, and he could help us out, presumably. There's a lot of assumptions being made here.
Yeah, so many. And then we're like, so wait, Apophis wants to swallow the sun, right? That's how that goes?
Is he gonna do that? I'm kind of scared.
And like we already mentioned, Apophis was their last book and everything. Like he was controlling everything. So yeah.
Yeah, what makes a good point here, which is like, before he had this like big elaborate plan with the Red Pyramid and all that, can he still just like do it? And what we say is yes, because his prison is weakening, he'll have more power, he'll be able to just like do it without the elaborate steps he was trying to take before.
Yes. In 4 days.
And Carter is quite certain about that deadline because he also had a dream, but he's not talking about it.
Nope, but like Sadie's like, oh yeah, Horus and Isis talked to both of us, clearly, that specific day, okay? We're not talking about it, but that's when it is. And it's March 21st. Okay. Spring equinox. I already talked about it. And yeah, again, they mentioned the fall equinox, and I'm like, I feel like that's a mistake. And Amos is like, but the equinox is also a perfect time for Apophis to come and escape, right? Right? Because they're equal in power at that point.
Yeah, you would think that, like, the solstice would be a good time for Ra, and not a good time for Apophis, you know?
Right?
The summer solstice, but whatever.
Yeah, but Rick's already done a lot about the summer solstice. I guess he was just like, I'm gonna talk about something else instead.
We have to have a celestial reason that this is happening, obviously. Calendars are so important, but
There's always something celestial going on. I'm pretty sure he stops doing that eventually.
Yeah, it is very relevant to human cultures throughout the ages, so it makes sense that it comes up here.
Yeah, especially in the ancient cultures that he's dealing with here. Yeah, so Apophis is gonna break out. He wants to bring eternal darkness. It's gonna be a bad day for all of us. We need Ra.
Indeed.
Let's get Ra. They're arch enemies. Ra is the Lord of Order. Apophis is the Lord of Chaos. That's the only way we can defeat Apophis. We need Ra.
Yes.
No one else can do it. Not really. Amos is like, it's gonna be very, very difficult. No one's ever done that. And once again, he's talking about Michelle. You're welcome. He's not thinking clearly, but you know what? He's not a fool. He knows that there's danger here, and yeah. Let's try not to fight him. Let's worry about Apophis instead. Poor Cleo from Rio is about to puke.
Yeah, that
in the corner. She's just like, oh no, I just wanted to be a librarian.
I didn't know the world was gonna end.
I just like magic and books. I didn't want the world to end. So we got 2 more parts of the scroll. We know that. Sadie opens the scroll and she's like, this is not real writing. This is gibberish.
Of course.
You know, I do like that she comes to the logical conclusion. It's gonna be like it was last time. You know, there's multiple pieces, and on the right time, they'll be able to be read. So
yeah, you need to put them all together. You have to meet the conditions before you can do anything with it.
Yes. And each scroll reflects a different aspect of Ra. This one is the Knum scroll. This is the morning. And so we need the afternoon and the night. And so Amos is like, the first section was lost eons ago. Well, we have that, so don't worry about it.
Hell yeah.
The middle section, our enemies have. Our literal enemies, the belly of the beast, we will have to go into. And he's like, I think the ice cream man has it. Because we're still bringing that back.
Yeah, they call him Vlad the Inhaler. Bast does. Excuse me?
Yes. Okay, this is what I was like alluding to last chapter. I was just like, I can't wait till we get to his nickname. Because I can't mention it yet. They hadn't said it yet. And I was just like,
God damn.
So
I'm really surprised that Nolan was like, do you mean the Impaler? And she's like, no.
Okay, so Raye, I wanna tell you something. One, I swear I am not dyslexic. But when I read this book for the first time, I definitely thought that he was just Vlad the Impaler. The entire time I read it, I did not see a joke there. I was just like, they're fighting fucking Dracula? What? And he's Russian?
Yeah, why is he Russian?
I don't know, man.
Incredible.
I was a dumb child, and I couldn't read, clearly.
I mean, why would you assume otherwise? Why would you think it was gonna be Vlad the Inhaler?
I don't know, because apparently there's an H there. That's not a P. Well, actually, that'd be IMP, right? So, yeah. I can't spell, and I can't read. So, but he's Vlad the Inhaler. Sadie definitely mentioned that he had a breathing problem.
Yes.
In the last chapter. She focused so much on the eyes, but then Bass just like, yeah, he breathes weird, so we call him Vlad the Inhaler.
Kind of rude.
It is, but I don't know. My brain's just like, oh, so he's a mouth breather, right? Like, that's the joke, obviously.
I was thinking more of like a Voldemort type thing. Not fucking Voldemort. I meant fucking Darth Vader. They both start with a V.
Darth Voldemort. Darth Vadermort.
Yeah, clearly.
Same guy, clearly. Sadie does ask the fucking question, what happened to his face? Because she's a child.
Yeah, also rude.
Also, I definitely think she has ADHD even more now. Because she was just like, yeah, first thought I had, why does he look weird? Sadie, please stop. More importantly, he's dangerous. He's an assassin.
Yeah, what the heck? And he's gonna be after her and Carter as soon as they leave the safety of the house.
Yeah, specifically, if they stayed, they'd be fine. And you know what? That could have been an interesting idea for this book.
Just do a bottle episode.
Well, either they have to, like, disguise themselves or something, or we have to get different perspectives. Because Sadie and Carter can't do anything.
Yeah, they've been immobilized.
We have to send different people out, you know? I don't know. There's things you could have done with that. that only work in my brain, maybe. Maybe that doesn't work for this book. But I think the disguise thing, we could have had it. Come on, cast disguise self.
So Sadie's like, it doesn't sound like it's going to be very safe, but at least we'll have Bast with us, right? And Bast is like, what's about that?
And Sadie's like, but at least we'll have Bast with us, right? And Bast's like, so it's the meme, right? It's the Anakin and Padme meme.
Yeah.
You're welcome. It's another gimme for you, Robert. You're welcome. So Bast looks down at her food and she's like, well, you see, someone has to check on the prison that me and Apophis were in together.
And it's pretty dangerous for, you squishy mortal people, so I should go and check it out.
I do want to cry when I think about this. This is trauma for her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sadie's like, you're going back? My parents did so much to free you.
Her
Don't you dare
mom
get stuck
died.
in there again.
Yeah.
Bast's like, okay, I'm gonna go from the outside. I just need to check to make sure it's fine. It's gonna be lethal if one of you tried to come. I know where it is. I can do this. It's okay. We need a buddy system here. We need Bast to go with somebody else. Problem is, she's the only god friend we have now.
It's like in Steven Universe when Garnet's like, I'm the only one who can swim through lava. She's gotta go on her own.
Now I'm just imagining Bast putting on the little goggles.
So Bast says, yeah, I'm going off, but, I will leave someone to protect you. I'm gonna send you somebody. He's a friend? Sort of.
Sort of.
I have no idea what this is gonna be, so I'm excited for that.
I'm not gonna say anything. And this is when Sadie does the thing.
Yeah. So, Sadie's bitterness here does make sense. It's her birthday. She has to go on a death-defying quest. She is not feeling it. She has been having a rough couple of days. She feels unimportant. She feels unappreciated.
She's 13 now. She's officially a teenager. She needs to have her emo teen phases. Okay?
And she is fucking on it.
Stand me. Oh.
So Carter's like, all right, we can leave for our quest in an hour. Let's go get ready. And Sadie's like, no, I'm not doing it.
It's my birthday. Okay, Felix, my baby boy. Happy birthday.
He
in
tries.
The corner. I love it. I love him.
He gives up when nobody helps him sing.
Yeah. And Sadie's like, okay, Bast's friend is not even gonna come till tomorrow. Amos says that Michelle's gonna, take some time to attack us. I've been planning this forever. Give me a day off. I never get a fucking day off. Please. And okay, we get this line. This may come as a shock to you, but I don't like feeling controlled.
We picked that up actually, Sadie.
I also think that like that same feeling is why her and Isis connect as well. Because Isis to me feels like a goddess who really values autonomy, which is why she strives for that power. So again, reasons why I think they vibe together.
Yeah.
On that emotional level. And Carter, how he's like dictating here what they have to do and like being a leader and all of that.
Yep.
Feels very Horus, Yeah, he already has a game plan. He consulted the adults and she was just like, I wasn't made aware of this.
Yeah, nobody talked to me. They're picking stuff for me. I'm not okay with it. I'm gonna do what I wanted to do.
Birthday. Rude. And okay, she's ready to fight. Amos is like, fine. You gotta be careful.
Because he gets it. He's like, she needs a mental health day. I get it.
He's needed a mental health month or two or three. So yeah, they'll begin their quest tomorrow. He doesn't want her to go, but yeah, he understands. And Sadie also is just like, thank God Amos is going to take over my classes. I suck at teaching. Honestly, Amos should be the teacher anyway.
Yeah, hopefully he will be now that he's back.
They shouldn't be the teachers, even if they're doing the Path of God stuff.
Yeah.
Like, they've already hosted gods and everything. It should be him.
He does mention that it's dangerous for her to go off to London. They should have sent somebody with her, like, for real, buddy system.
Give her Khufu.
Yeah, at least.
I don't know how you explain that. Ooh, wait. Actually, if you can't explain Khufu, give her Philip. Because he's transportable.
Yeah. Just shrink him on down.
Shrink him down, wear him as a necklace or something.
Hell yeah.
You're like, oh, it was a birthday gift. Like, don't worry about it. Like,
We're thinking. They need to get on our level.
Seriously. So she has a new staff. She puts it in the Duat, Sadie.
Sadie, please.
I want to know if they can, because I mean, they do the whole extending their staffs to like full size and everything, but I don't think we've gotten a whole like, hey, we can disguise our staff as like this item or something, so we can wear it around, you know?
Yeah, that would be good.
Like Rick, you wrote Percy having a pen sword. Why don't you have some of that cool shit here, just a little bit?
I guess that's a Greek thing.
It's rude. My Egyptian magician OC will have one of those. I'm saying it.
Yeah, totally.
Sadie gets all sad because she goes to visit Jazz, who is alive?
Yeah, she's passed out and bedridden. And she's like, wow, Jazz is just a student and she still sacrificed everything and almost died to save all of us, and I'm selfishly going off on a birthday trip. And then she imagines that Jazz would probably tell her it was okay and that she gets it, and then she feels even worse.
Poor Jazz. This poor girl does not deserve all of this. Also, she kind of got fridged, didn't she?
She did.
I'm just realizing this now. Yeah.
These things happen.
Sadie's literally comparing this to, like, her mom and everything. A woman who also got fridged.
Yep.
How dare. Okay. But she goes to leave. She notices they still have the griffin. Carter has a pet. Okay? That's important to me. He has a pet. He's gonna keep the pigeons off the roof. It's very cute.
He's got a stable and everything now.
Yeah. Carter's also here on apparently they're on the roof. That's where the thing is. The Sphinx that they use to open portals.
So Sadie expects Carter to, like, lay into her for making this poor decision, and instead he's obviously unhappy, but he just tells her to be careful, to make sure that she comes back alive so that she can get her birthday present, which is a pretty sweet sentiment. And, you know, she was thinking that nobody cared, and, like, he did remember, you know? It just, there were more important things going on. He had priorities.
This is such a good scene. Of, like, the siblings and how, like, they've really evolved, I think, because they really care about each other and everything. And Sadie's just like, oh my god, Carter hates me right now. He's, like, so mad at me. I'm so sorry for everything I did. Like, and he's just like, yeah, I also am mad at myself. Like, I always also feel like everything is my fault. And everything sucks because one of those spirits talked to him. He mentions what happened with the bow thing and Zia.
And she's like, ooh, are you sure about this whole Zia thing? Because it doesn't sound like they said Zia. And you tend to have, like, a Zia bias in your brain. And he's like, now I'm even more mad at you because you're questioning me and my beliefs and my girlfriend.
I guess, you know what? I guess this, like, London, like, side quest thing can kind of balance out the Carter and Zia of it all. Because obviously that's a side quest here, too.
Right, because his belief is that if he, goes forward with their plan to save the world, he's going to lose Zia. That's what he has interpreted what the bow said to him. And so I could see why this feels unfair to him, that, like, Sadie is getting time off and he doesn't even have time to go, like, rescue the girl that he cares about.
Well, Carter, you feel a sense of duty to, like, this whole Apophis thing. That's why. You could always go on a mini quest right now. You're not gonna. But you could, since you were given an extra day.
He doesn't know where she is, though. What's he gonna do,
That's true.
You know?
That's true. Yeah, so he's got his obsession. He saw a Z in his potatoes one day, and he thought it was a distress call.
Yeah.
My boy.
So now Sadie's like, okay, so talk to me. You had a dream last night. You obviously told the adults. Tell me about it. And he's like, I don't know. Like, I'm not really sure what is up with that, so I'm just not gonna say anything. And then that pisses her off even more. And yeah, they storm off, all upset with each other.
Again, like I said, this is the siblings doing the sibling thing.
So last book, they did not have an established sibling relationship. They had to build that up. That was what their arc was during that story. Now we get to move on and let them have further problems after they have made that relationship. Now we add some complications into that relationship.
Yeah, that's why I like it. I think it's good.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
So Sadie leaves, and God, the fact that this is the closest portal she can make to her grandparents' house is the place where her mom died.
Mm-hmm.
Cleopatra's Needle. Horrible.
She could have taken Best with her right now. Just dropped her off, like, okay, I'll come pick you up later when I'm ready to go home.
Right? Guess not.
Guess not.
So, she goes home, I guess, if she could call it that.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? It's the end of the chapter, but she's already feeling the like, wow, I've been feeling homesick, but also it's so weird and different to be here again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not the same person anymore kind of vibe.
Yep.
She knocks on the door. Nothing. She knocks again.
Even though they're supposed to be expecting her.
She's waiting for her friends and her grandparents to, like, say surprise, but she doesn't think that's gonna happen. So, you know what? She's got a key, at least. She's still got a key to the place. It's so cute.
But yeah, the lights are out, nobody is baking,
The TV's off.
Gran should be burning biscuits in the kitchen.
There's no rugby on.
Yeah, I love these little grandparent details.
Right. That's so cute. Even though we hate them because they're racist. I love that they're getting fleshed out, at least.
Yes. So she pulls out her phone, but her phone was dead even though she distinctly remembers charging it earlier. And then she's like, okay, this ain't right. I'm in danger. And yeah.
I'm in
The trap.
danger.
Exactly.
And then a voice that's not human hisses at her. Welcome home, Sadie.
And we've done it. That's the thing.
That's so good. Rick. I always love when the chapters are like this.
You like a cliffhanger?
Yeah. He does it so well, though. Like, it makes you want to keep reading. Right? That's the point.
Exactly.
Now, is this like the first mention we've really gotten of them having phones?
It did not even occur to me. I feel like it must have come up at some point in the first book, but I don't remember.
I don't remember Sadie having a phone or mentioning a phone before this. Like, she listened to her music, but I think that was like an iPod or something. So, I don't know.
I can neither confirm nor dispute this. It is interesting, though.
I don't know.
You know, the phone just seems so natural to me that, like, the idea that it would have been
in
unusual.
a Rick book, my brain is just like, a phone? In a Rick Riordan novel? That's such an oddity. Because he never uses those. And to be honest, I prefer a magical way of communication anyway, because it's more fun for, like, flavor. Oh god, something really funny that happened in D&D. It was what, like my first or second session of doing Scooby-Doo D&D. And I was trying to explain how this security guard like called for backup. I was like, wait, I mean, this is like slightly modern, but it's not like that modern.
Right.
So he's not gonna have a walkie-talkie. How does he do this? And then I don't know if I came up with it or like one of my players came up with it, but like basically we were like, oh yeah, he has like a carrier pigeon in like a cage on his like belt that he just like sends out to call for backup.
Nice.
Just like fun little flavor stuff like that. It's more fun than just like, oh yeah, I had a phone, I had a walkie.
Delightful.
Exactly. All right, that is the chapter.
We've done it.
Now I gotta think of a plug.
I have one.
Beautiful.
There is a game that is in playtesting right now, so it is free on Steam, and it is called Demon Bluff. And what it is it's a hidden role game, kind of, like Werewolf or Among Us, but it's a single player game. So basically, you have a bunch of cards like you would hand out in like a game of Werewolf or Mafia, and they have all these roles on them, and the characters can either be telling the truth about like their ability or their role and whatnot, or they can be lying, and if they are lying, they might be evil and you want to kill them. So it becomes like this logic puzzle of like, if this person is lying, then this means this person is saying something that is not possible, so they must be lying, blah blah blah. And the art is very, very cute, and yeah, I've just been playing it a little bit and having a lot of fun with it. And it, like I said, it's still in playtest, but it is free, and there's a decent amount of content in this version of the game. So I'd say check it out.
Good shit. I'm gonna plug another YouTuber.
Nice.
That, so I definitely found this person from watching a lot of things about Epic on YouTube because, you know, the hyperfixation.
Hell yeah.
And I think that's how a lot of people found this person anyway. Very small channel, but I highly recommend. They're called Your Boy Needs a Hobby. All lowercase. Like, they're very cute. I think the first video I watched from them, it's definitely like their most watched video, but it's like I fixed the God Games arguments from Epic the Musical.
Oh, I did see that video.
Yeah. I love their style of YouTubing where it's like they're just doing a PowerPoint at you. They are filming themselves. They got a like a big screen, like a pull down screen that they project onto. Mm-hmm. Really, really like low tech, wonderful, beauteous. I feel like I want to do that because of this, because it's great. Because I love bringing the low tech to YouTube and just going with it. Yeah. Wonderful. So they just like spout out hyperfixations at you like you're at a PowerPoint party, honestly. And I love it so much. So like that's the first one I watched. They got a couple of Epic ones. They've also done some animatics for a bit of Epic stuff.
Nice.
But they've also done just a bunch of things. There's a Hunger Games video explaining every reference to ancient Greece and Rome in the Hunger Games. I thought roasting the pride flags was a very funny one of theirs. Like, it's not a serious one. It is fully satire. But they're just like, yeah, I'm gonna make fun of the colors in these flags. Because why not? And then their most recent video, they kept saying, oh god, I'm gonna be put on a list for this one. I'm gonna be put on a list. Because they made a piñata for their friend's birthday of their friend's boss.
Nice.
They do some craft stuff on here as well. Like, so just an eclectic YouTube channel, and it's just very cute. I enjoy the vibes, and I decided to watch pretty much every single one of their videos. I think the only one I haven't watched is... Yeah, the only ones I haven't watched are of the fandoms that I'm not in. I even watched the Song of Achilles video because I was just like, you can't spoil the Trojan War for me. I don't care if it's an adaptation and they like did different things. You can't spoil it for me. Mm-hmm. So cute gay things. There you go.
Hell yeah. You should probably release us from this mortal coil now.
I suppose I will. You know, Raye, get the fuck out of my house. Go to London. Visit where your mother died horrifically. And go to your grandparents' creepy house where someone who is probably not your grandparents is waiting to kill you.
I don't know, maybe her grandparents just turn into lizards, and that's just the vibe now.
Yeah, you're right. They were hissing. I really was thinking about that when I said it too. Just like, hissing. Rick, that's a choice of words. So we're up against snakes, actually. Oh. But yeah, okay, bye, I guess.
Yeah, with that, bye everyone.
Of the Eldest Gods would like to thank its $10 and up patrons. This means you're either in the Savior of Olympus tier or the God Complex tier on our Patreon, patreon.com/oftheeldestgods. Thank you all so much for your support, especially Matt, our God Complex patron.
You can follow this podcast's socials at Of the Eldest Gods Pod on Instagram and Tumblr. You can send us a message through the duat to oftheeldestgodspod@gmail.com. If you'd like to support us financially, join us at patreon.com/oftheeldestgods. By becoming a patron, you can join the Deus Ex Media Discord server, where you'll be able to chat with us and other listeners about the Riordanverse or whatever else. Our $5 patron tier also gets you access to Against All Odds, our monthly bonus show. There, we'll talk about a wide variety of topics, which usually have something to do with mythology, no promises. You can check out our merch store on Redbubble to find custom designs made by Charlie. Or if you cannot or do not want to support us financially, we'd really appreciate a rating, a review, or letting your friends and followers know how much you love the podcast. That really helps. If you want to hear more from me, Raye, check out Barbie Movie Slap, a podcast where my co-host Ted and I discuss Barbie's cinematic universe. That podcast's Twitter is at Barbie Slaps.
You can follow me, Charlie, at GreenPixie12 on most platforms. I also have an art Instagram at GreenPixieDraws. You can also hear my voice on 2 other podcasts. I co-host another podcast on the network with the meme maker Robert called The Bits, where we talk about the Cartoon Network show Steven Universe. I also co-host a non-network podcast with my buddy Ethan called Mysteries in the Machine, where we talk about all things Scooby-Doo. Our music was created and produced by Isabel Strauss-Riggs. You can find Isabel at Kane I, that's I is in the body part, on Instagram and Twitter. She also currently makes video essays on the YouTube channel Kane I. Feel free to message her about making music for your project or editing your podcast.
Of the Eldest Gods is based on the series by Rick Riordan. Right now we are discussing The Kane Chronicles. Remember to follow us on your favorite podcatcher and meet us back here every Thursday.
I'm Christina Kahn.
And I'm Leela Hilton.
And this is Burn Before Reading,
the podcast about shiterature.
We're here to examine the terrible writing we did when we were younger.
Like that school project you were really proud of.
Or that poem you wrote when you got dumped.
Well, how about that apology letter you wrote to your mom when you got into that fight?
Or the song you recorded before you knew how to write music.
Okay, don't at me. And we're here to talk about other cringy literary topics along the way.
Like the Library of Alexandria.
And Dewey Decimal.
His name was Melville Dewey.
Oh, well, do we want to get the clips rolling?
I don't think I ever recovered from this in terms of being cool.
Why did I say any of this?
I do like the drama.
So there is actually quite a bit to unpack here.
Oh, all this drama was so addictive as a teenager.
There's no punctuation to it. I'll start with that.
I actually have no memory of this.
There were so many lies that I was telling it.
It's not terrible.
No one really taught me how to write a good short story.
That was a journey.
Listen to Burn Before Reading
every Wednesday, wherever pods are cast.
Always wanted a motorcycle. Have I ever told you how that was my dream?
No, I don't think so.
Kind of is. Listen, I am a weirdo, okay?
No, motorcycles are cool and fun to be on. I am too terrified to ever want to drive one myself.
I've always wanted to. I rode on the back of one time. I did not really enjoy that because I felt like I was going to fall off. But I think if I was the one driving it, it would feel different.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you're the one in control of said vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Dave X Media.